Rich doesn't usually smell loud. It doesn't smell like someone who emptied half the bottle because apparently more felt more expensive. Real wealth smells different, controlled, clean, intentional. The kind of scent that gets noticed up close, not announced from across the room. And that's where most men get it wrong. They chase price tags and hype and luxury branding when smelling wealthy has almost nothing to do with spending more and everything to do with understanding 5 things. None of them require a $500 bottle. One of them costs under $30. Rule 1. Wealth smells controlled, not loud. The default logic is simple. If it smells good, more must smell better. So 3 sprays becomes 6, 6 becomes 10, and suddenly the fragrance enters the room before you do, and not in the way you intended. Because loud doesn't smell powerful. Loud smells like effort. Real wealth rarely feels like it's trying. It assumes you'll notice. A controlled fragrance creates that same energy. It makes people lean in. A loud one forces itself into their space. One feels secure, the other feels like marketing. It's the same reason wearing every luxury logo at once doesn't read as wealth. It looks like you're trying very hard to look rich. Real taste is usually quieter than that. So if you want to smell wealthy, stop thinking in terms of maximum projection. Start thinking in terms of calibrated presence. Rule 2. Scent profile matters more than price. The second thing people get wrong, assuming expensive automatically means refined. What people actually notice first isn't the price, it's the profile. Certain scent profiles read wealthy regardless of what the bottle costs. Think woods, iris, vetiver, soft leather, clean citrus, tobacco done right. These notes smell textured, layered, intentional. They create depth. And depth is what expensive actually smells like. Now, compare that to something aggressively sweet. Loud synthetic projection. Look at me in a bottle. It might smell good, but good and wealthy are not the same thing. Wealth rarely smells one-dimensional. It smells like quality, not like a nightclub at 1 a.m. or a department store candle section having an identity crisis. And this is why some $30 fragrances outperform $300 ones in how they're perceived. Not because they're objectively better, because they're speaking the right scent language. Rule 3. Context is everything. Even the right fragrance can smell wrong in the wrong place. This is where most men confuse owning a good fragrance with having good judgment. They find one they love and wear it everywhere. Office, date, wedding, gym, Tuesday morning, Saturday night. Same bottle, same logic. And that's usually where something good starts feeling careless. A clean, restrained fragrance in a boardroom reads as sharp, competent, in control. Wear that same fragrance on a date, and it reads as someone who forgot to switch. Now flip it. A heavy, warm evening fragrance on a date is magnetic. Wear it to a 9 a.m. meeting, and it smells like you're trying to seduce the quarterly earnings report. Wrong place, wrong signal. The wealthiest men don't just smell good, they smell appropriate. They read the room before they enter it. Stop asking what's the best fragrance, start asking what's the right fragrance for this environment. Because luxury isn't one fragrance, it's the right one. Which brings us to the part most people skip entirely because it sounds counterintuitive. Rule 4. You don't need niche prices, you need niche logic. A lot of men hear billionaire and immediately think they need to spend $400 or more. That's the trap. Because what you're actually buying isn't a bottle, you're buying an effect, an impression, a signal. And once you understand that, the price question changes entirely. Niche fragrances smell expensive because of composition, smoother blends, better texture, more intentional profiles. But here's the part people miss. You're wearing the scent, not the pricing strategy. A fragrance doesn't magically smell wealthy because the bottle costs more than a flight. Understanding creates the same effect that money tries to buy. The 5 fragrance types coming up include some premium options, because sometimes the original is worth it. But every single signal on that list is achievable without spending like a billionaire. Rule 5. A signature beats a collection. This is where a lot of men confuse variety with sophistication. They build huge random collections. In practice, nobody can place you. There's nothing to anchor to. You just smell different every time, which means you smell like nobody in particular. Wealth is recognizable, not random. The men who actually smell memorable have a pattern, something consistent enough that people start associating that scent profile with them before they've even walked in. It becomes part of your presence, not just your fragrance. Most men will never build this because they keep switching. New recommendation, new bottle, new identity. The collection grows, the impression stays invisible. You don't need one bottle forever. You need a signature, a clear enough pattern that the right people recognize it. Now, 5 fragrance types, what each one signals. The 5 types, what billionaire smell actually looks like. Smelling like a billionaire isn't one fragrance, it's 5 different signals. Here they are. Type 1, quiet luxury, Prada La Homme EDP, clean, polished, controlled. Smells like pressed shirts and sharp grooming, a man with very few loose ends. It doesn't announce anything, it just quietly suggests competence. Type 2, Old Money, Creed, green Irish tweed EDP, fresh, green, grassy. Like cool morning air somewhere expensive. Doesn't smell trendy, smells established. The wealth here isn't recent, it stopped needing to announce itself a long time ago. Type 3, Private Wealth, Xerjoff Naxos EDP. Honey, tobacco, warm spice. This isn't look at me, it's come closer. Doesn't project across rooms, creates a pull at close range. The kind of fragrance that gets you asked what you're wearing in one-on-one conversations. Type 4, Confident Authority, Mancera Cedrat Boisé. Bright citrus up top, then woods, leather, subtle sweetness underneath. Polished without being loud. Smells like someone who understands presentation and doesn't need to force it. Type 5, Budget Billionaire, Armaf Club de Nuit Intense Man EDP. The most popular Aventus clone worldwide, under $30. Delivers about 85 to 90% of the experience. Most people genuinely cannot tell the difference. Under $30. Intentionally chosen. Worn properly? That's billionaire logic on a budget. And honestly, that might be the smartest move on this entire list. 5 rules, 5 signals, 1 principle underneath all of it. Smelling wealthy isn't about spending more, it's about understanding what actually creates that signal, and then doing it deliberately. Most men will keep buying bottles, getting recommendations, switching, smelling like whoever had the best YouTube thumbnail that week. A smaller number will actually understand this. I put together a full fragrance spreadsheet. Every category, community verified picks, actual prices, it's in the description. Free, take it. And if this changed how you think about fragrance, subscribe, because most men are still buying bottles. This channel is for the ones building presence.